Who's ready to celebrate our freedom of the 250th anniversary of our great country right here at the Dayton Air Force Museum? I might be in trouble today. Hey Chris, what is that?
That's a balloon. To Nick, apparently.
Does it fly in clouds?
I'm going home. I'm going home already.
Hey, I did good. We've been here like 3 minutes. Who is it? Is that Wright and Orville, or Wilbur and Orville? Right? If you haven't been, make sure that you check out the Wright Brothers Museum memorial that they have in Kill Devil Hills. It is so cool. The link for that video that we did when we were there is right down below. Here is the first military aircraft engine. 4-cylinder water-cooled engine. I didn't even see that boy over there. Look at him. This is very cool. This happens to be original fabric from the 1903 Wright Flyer. And here is a replica. I take that back. This is the 1909 military Flyer.
It's my dad.
Why is he your dad?
He was the first mechanic.
Here, let's get a picture with your dad. Your other dad. Don't fall into your dad. So Noah's telling me that that is a wind tunnel. Looks like a giant lathe. And the standard J1. It's so pretty. And then there's a big boy above our heads. In case you couldn't tell, I am not the plane enthusiast in this family, but I have one son that went into the Air Force and another one which is an airline mechanic, so they are in absolute heaven with us today, and I'm so glad that they got to join us for this. Check this out. This is Eugene Jakes Bullard. He was the first black military aviator. Look at all of his accomplishments. And then here's some information on him as well. So much amazing things in here. What'd you find?
This plane here, if you see,
Yes.
that engine right there spins inside of the nose.
Really? Interesting. So that's how that works. For that plane, anyway.
Not all planes are, not all the radios are like that. I don't think this one is. But
They called it a camel. They couldn't have called it a better name.
it looks like
Does it spit?
probably one.
And I can't even pronounce this one.
I don't know.
Halberstadt.
With actual planes of almost to that size,
Yeah.
almost.
Am I going to see a Noah? He hid.
We still use these cables.
You still use those cables today.
Yes, a variation of them, but we still use the idea.
Interesting. That is really cool to see through the decades the things that are still in practice that were started. I don't know what this is, but this is really cool looking. They call it a bug.
It does this.
Ooh!
It's the first one, I believe, is an unmanned.
Unmanned Kettering aerial torpedo. Look at the leads coming off of the engine, Noah. Do you see that? So you said what with this? Because I forgot already.
This little thing down here, it's a rat or the ram air turbine. We still use those in practice today. It's not entirely the same thing because this thing right here uses the ram air to bring power to the system
Right.
on the inside. we use that as a backup generator on our airplanes when everything else fails. So when that falls in flight, that means that's our last chance of getting power to the plane.
That is crazy. That's not very big. Is it the same size?
It's a lot bigger.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
The Rat is about this.
So if you look right behind the dapper gentleman, there's another one of the, I believe he called it rats. I hope that's an acronym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ram Air Turbine.
Ram Air Turbine. That makes sense.
We just call it the Rat.
Makes sense. The air industry likes to shorten things as much as they can. And here is an aviation routing beacon, property of the U.S. Airmail Service. That's cool. Ford Model T ambulance. Are you guys having fun yet?
Typical answer.
And Nick is eons ahead, as usual.
Yep.
Where does Hat go?
How's it going, people? So right here,
Yep.
this is a pedostatic tube, or at least the early workings of it, I'm pretty sure. This is what sends messages and signals into the avionics system to tell like how fast they're going, how high they are, internal air temperature. I'm pretty sure this is just the pedo side of it. There's an actual port, like a static port on the side of the fuselage, which is like normally over there. Have the air going over top of it to get static air into being able to put into the avionics system. And then completely off topic, if you look down here at this flap down here, this is a speed brake, the holes in it to make it lighter, make the air flow through it more. That little black or like horn thing, that's also a pedostatic system thing, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And then I believe this has a gun on the top of it, but interestingly enough, the power, or like the fire rate of the gun on the planes is timed up to the propeller for the gun to not shoot the propeller and destroy it.
Really
so they shoot through the propellers. It's the same way with ejection and helicopters. So, airplane.
They do have a really interesting Holocaust memorial through here. So if you are interested, definitely make sure that you check that out while you are here. The brothers are fighting again.
We're skipping generations, but whatever.
Christopher is the ADD of the group today, so we are just skipping all over the place, and it is driving Noah crazy.
What the hell?
Welcome to a plum crazy adventure with the kids. They still have it. Are you an astronaut? Is this cool? Yeah. Remember when you got stuck in it?
Yeah, I'm not doing it again.
The kid can grow up, but he's still a kid.
It's just discovery. I wanted to actually fly.
I don't think this is going to be soaring at all. I think this is going to be dangerous.
You can go back to the adult.
Yeah, I did. I just went back to the adult.
Noah's doing the same thing. Who's going to fare better? Noah's actually had some flight training, so I'm going with Noah. Sorry, Chris.
Work for a company called NetJet.
We actually have friends. One is retired air traffic controller, and another one is currently air traffic controller in the military. Definitely a job I do not want. What did you find, Nick?
Okay. Rocket.
You found a rocket. That's so cool.
So helicopters, the initial force of the how the propeller on top is spinning will cause the torque of it to spin the opposite way. So this propeller in the back, we're going down. If you correct it, it straightens out, and that's how it's a torque converter. Basically, it makes the tail be able to go the opposite direction of the torque direction of the propeller on top. So it corrects it, makes it go straight.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So without your tail propeller, you're just going to go in circles.
You're just gonna sit here and do this. A lot worse though. You'll probably spin so fast that it'll break everything.
I was going to say that looks way worse than mission space.
Yeah, if without this propeller in the back, like this is just going at a low speed. If it was off completely, this whole thing would just spin until it just destroyed itself. So that's why we have this at the back.
Interesting.
Other than that, helicopters are pretty dangerous. There's a thing on the helicopters called the Jesus nut, and if it's not tightened properly, it's not a good situation.
You're about to meet Jesus.
Literally.
My grandmother lived right down the street from the Museum, right down the street from the airport. We always
Is this a good show?
skydivers, and I was just always
Fun fact, Selena Ortega was one of Christopher's drill sergeants at BMT training, and she's the one that kept him in shape. Very proud of her and her accomplishments. Now, they're leaving me again, but we're heading into another hangar. Suddenly realizing why we brought his wheels with us. There's a lot. Isn't that incredible? This is one of 4 hangars that we'll get to explore today. If we get through all of them, we'll have to kind of see. Absolutely incredible.
C-124 Globemaster 2. It's amazing standing underneath these airplanes how they can just make you feel so small. Unbelievable how big these things are. Literally gonna walk right underneath this thing. You can see all the way up through. It's really cool. One thing I really like about the Air Force Museum here is how up close and personal you can get with these airplanes. I mean, you can literally walk right underneath of them, and you can walk right up to them. Can touch the tire. He touched the tire. Oh no. North American T-60 Mosquito. This plane would be a riot to fly, and I would love to be at the controls of this thing. This would be so much fun. I would love to have the opportunity. Even just to ride in it would be great. Hint, hint, anybody out there listening that has one, I would love to go up with you. 4 Queens. The F-84G 4 Queens. This is one beautiful bird. The Douglas B-26C Bomber Invader. Don't know why I actually sound like I'm an auctioneer getting ready to auction off this thing, but love some of the artwork on the sides of these planes. F-82G Twin Mustang. Check this thing out. Literally looks like they just took 2 Mustangs and forged them together. This is so cool. F-22.
All right, make sure that you check out the reel that I put up of Noah and Nick in the simulator because that was great. Now we are checking out more planes, more planes. This is the Southeast Asia exhibit, I believe. There is a lot to see. And Nick is officially overstimulated, so expect some a little bit more loud and boisterous behavior. Just tell him to keep going. The Memphis Belle 2. In their memory, this is a fantastic piece. I wish I could read the names a little bit better for you.
We have the MiG-21.
The MiG, not the Mag.
Inside of this is where the engine is. The engine is like right here.
That's interesting. Does that make it go faster?
I'd hope so. This is also another pitot-static tube, I believe. Not really 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Same with this airplane here. Engine goes in through the center of the fuselage, and then if you look in the back, you see that flap in the back there at the end. Mm-hmm. That is a speed brake. Or a thrust reverser, one of the two. It's probably a speed brake, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah. I don't know everything, but yeah.
And they steal his scooter. We're gonna get in trouble.
Did you hear what he said at the end?
No, I totally missed it.
It's Brittany, bitch.
You have issues, child. We're going through this exhibit of Berlin, and Mike goes, "There's Nick," because Nick has decided this summer that he's going to climb all the trees on the property. Information on the Berlin airlift radio receiver. Goodness. I really like that they have these little pieces of history in between the hangars, so you have something to look at as you're going through. And now we are in the second hangar. Let's see what we can find.
That sucks.
So Noah is all excited because he found a plane that he's actually flown. This is part of the Civil Air Patrol, Cessna 172 Skyhawk. I may not have said that correctly, but I can tell you with some confidence that he has flown that model of plane before. Pretty cool. And now we are officially in Christopher's neck of the woods. I have suddenly remembered why I don't like going and doing things with him.
Hey, what happens? Happens. It's all right.
Go. He's got to be my mic, so he's got to stay close. You see? Can you back up?
I'm giving you the mic.
So these are the engines, a few of the engines that we used to work on in PIA. If you look up the plane, that is the plane that this is a part of.
Wow.
But yeah, this is the type of airplanes that I worked on in school.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh my god.
Welcome to our trip at Universal.
This looks like fun.
The Enola Gay's in there.
It's me, the bomb.
You're the bomb.
I'm the bomb.
That's you after you've had too much of your salsa.
Taco Tuesdays. So little did you guys know, it's Chris now recording. I took it away from Megan. Oh, hey look, there's Noah. Is it a seaplane because you can see it?
Okay, I see the yellows now.
Do you think you could change that tire? By hand? Oh yeah. Big tire. Is it comfy?
What's that?
It's a big tire.
Yeah.
An F89J Scorpion. So here we go. We got the B2 Spirit called Fire and Ice with our OCC chopper. We are under the B2 currently. Waiting for the camera to catch up. Oh yes, drill instructor. Hey look! I was one of those. Oh, you can't see it. I was one of those. There we are. All the different pilot instructor flight suits. Here is the B-1 Lancer. So, here's the cockpit. You can step inside real quick. Nice inside. Old. Whoa! What you're looking at here is going to be the CV-22 Osprey. So you can see it right here. But this, for people who don't know, these engines can actually turn and rotate forwards to be able to fly forwards, or can have it up like this to fly like a normal helicopter. Whoa. I didn't get to show you. Here's the front of the B-1 Lancer. So there's a lot of people around it, so I'll show you this way. You can kind of see how it looks like going down the plane. This is a HH-60, and I must ask it a question. To the point of one of my favorite planes here in this area. This is going to be the A-10 Thunderbolt. Now if you look right here, this is the machine gun, the 30mm GA 8A that is in front of this, and I'll show you in a second. So as you can see there, there's the end, and it runs all the way back here. And there's your, if you look here, trying to get this thing to work, there is the bullets that it shoots. And what I'll do is I'll take you around front and I'll show you what this looks like inside of this plane.
No kidding. Wow.
And there you go. And there's the rest of the plane Grandpa's in front of here. This is an F-15C, so I worked with an F-15Es, but
Megan actually has.
this right here is the F-15C. Now, this gun's nowhere near as big as the A-10, but it still has your Vulcan cannon. And then your aerial stores and your nav pods. Now, if you look back here, be able to show you the dual engines. So this one's based out of Westerfield, Massachusetts. That's why if you see on the wing it says MA, but if you also look over here on the inside, you'll see right there has the Massachusetts look right there. But there is your dual engines. This is one more style of the F4. This is the F4G, the Wild Weasel. This was still used in Desert Storm as well, as you can see by the indicators right there. Based out of Idaho. Wondering what I did in the Air Force. This right here, this is an MC-11. This is one of few air compressor carts or different generators that I used to work on. And here later on you'll be able to see some more. Like if you look down here, this is an MD3. If I can get inside here, this is a power cart and an air cart. And yeah, that is what I worked on. I'll show you a couple more. This is a LOX cart. So this is liquid oxygen that we would push into the planes for breathing at higher altitudes. And then over here, you'll see another power cart, which we'll get to it in a second. I'm trying to get over here. This one you're able to see a little better. So this is an MA1A. I didn't get to work with the MA1As as much, but it's just a power cart. It generates high voltage to an aircraft jet engine to be able to get it to start. I was sitting here looking at this, and I see the sign that says the U2. I didn't realize. Oh, the Dragon Lady is over top of us, so I can't really get to show you a lot of it, but it is the U2A from Lockheed during the Cold War. This plane is so wide that you actually have to have other aircraft, a vehicle underneath the wings to make sure that it lands correctly. Definitely get in trouble with Dad if I did not show you one of his favorite planes of all time. So this, my friends, is the SR-71 Blackbird. Okay, so this right here is one of the fastest planes in the U.S. Air Force arsenal. Now, it's no longer in service. They actually had to wear spacesuits to be able to fly. Now, another cool thing, if you look underneath and off to the left, there's another power cart. Come over and show you the J58 engine starter cart. This was designed specifically for the Blackbird, only for the Blackbird, to be able to start these engines. You could not start a Blackbird without these. I'd be at the Air Force Museum if I didn't at least show everybody once the Air Force Thunderbirds. So your F-16 demo team and the US Thunderbirds all fly the F-16. These are the F-16 Thunderbirds. Now, as you can see here, if you've ever been to an air show with Thunderbirds, you've seen exactly what these guys can do. This is an amazing team to go watch if you've never seen them before. They're absolutely wonderful, and I got to work with them out in Vegas when I was stationed out in Vegas for a small amount of time, and they're really cool dudes to hang out with and work with. The last part of the Cold War era, before we reach the space galaxy, I'm going to give you one final look in here. I didn't get to all the planes, but we have a ton more remaining. Get my head out of the way. Oof. And here we are, on our way to the next exhibit. So for the next exhibit, this is the space exhibit. Now, with this, you're gonna have to look up. So if you notice, we're only seeing the bottoms until you go like this. And it keeps on going. These are strategic missiles from the, I guess now, Space Force, but it was the Air Force at the time. Nice, big, look at those. Now, hopefully later this year, we're taking a trip to Chicotee, Virginia, and we'll actually go to the NASA facility. I figure we'll do a video while we're there. And maybe, if we're lucky, NASA will bless us with a launch. Now, NASA, if you're listening to this, we would love a launch, but at Wallops Flight Facility, not at Kennedy Space Center. I'm going to say this now. I don't know where Dad and Megan ran off to, but I'm going to take you guys up here and get you guys a higher up view. Like, look at this. It is absolutely beautiful up here. Over to the next exhibit, over top of the exhibit. Now we're going to try to see if we can play Where's Waldo, but where is our parents? And I see the Star Wars exhibit as well too, which I know everybody's been so excited to see. Does anybody have an idea? Oh, look. There they are. Dad. Noah. See how long it takes for them to notice I'm up here.
Yes. I would too, but you know, unfortunately, those are
We're going on 30 seconds now.
exhibits. Yeah. And I'm looking at
They're learning from the advisors. Dad,
reality, those are
look up.
since you're a fan. Have you been down?
It's crazy that it's taken been this long, and I've said their names 3 different times.
Oh, okay.
Noah. Noah. That's crazy. Dad, look up. Never seen them take that long to find me, which is crazy. I usually just say, hey, and then they find me. So that was definitely a change. But yeah, we're living here. Let's go see what else we got. We're gonna get into the Presidential Global Reach Space and Research and Development Program. Right? We're gonna try to catch up with the parents and see where they are. See if they've seen anything yet. And go from there. Get this back to Megan. But I don't know where she ran off to. So I'm just gonna keep going and let's just see what happens. I don't really know a lot about the space stuff because I'm not huge onto the actual space stuff, but as you can see, here's Apollo 11. There's a spacesuit for Apollo 11. So I didn't get to really see a lot of this whole Space Force stuff. The Space Force joined in December 20th of 2019, and they were only taking select individuals at the time. Now, if you notice, if you've ever seen me in uniform before, their uniforms look almost exactly the same. I mean, it is almost identical. The only difference is the name tapes, the ranks, and then those are different colors. Before the Space Force, the United States Air Force still was a part of the NASA team here, so as you can see, you'll still see a lot of Air Force and NASA stuff together. Just like, so this right here was just a satellite standing behind the jet blast of not 2, not 4, but 6 engines. It'd be absolutely crazy. Now I still don't know where the parents are, so this is fine. We're just gonna do our own thing here. Give you a nice little view over there. Go ahead and give you some looks around here. Now these are the point in times where Megan's going to be putting in some verbiage here because I don't know a lot of this stuff, but I figure she'll do some research for me. All I know is this is the Valkyrie. So I do know that this is the XB-70 Valkyrie. This is the Mach 3 Marvel. So this is one of the first planes to actually be able to go Mach 3. Now if you notice, this plane looks familiar as well too, and I wonder why it looks familiar to most of us. But going back to the XB-70, I was standing underneath of it, which is this guy right here. Look how long this thing is. It is absolutely wild. It is not an SR-71 Blackbird, but it is the YF-12A, which is a concept model of the SR-71 Blackbird.
The flying ravioli.
The flying ravioli.
Now I'm hungry for ravioli.
Ravioli does sound pretty good.
Chef Boyardee.
I'd eat it straight out of the can.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'd yell at you about it, but I'd still do it.
Hey. Jonathan would be so jealous right now.
Absolutely. He should have come for a couple hours.
Oh, I know. It's R2. Wow, this camera makes it look like I'm touching it, but I am still a foot away from it.
Isn't that wild?
Like, that's crazy. This is my favorite subject or section of the day, of making Jonathan jealous. Because he doesn't get to see these. And the red ambient lighting is really cool for this too. Hey look, there's Megan. I did end up finding the parents, by the way. This one's right here though. She looks like one of the 7 dwarfs.
Rude.
Megan,
Yes, sir.
I don't think we're allowed. This is a checkpoint.
It's nice knowing you.
Instant explosion. Look, FOD. Megan is FOD. She is a foreign object disposed in this area.
They can take me.
Oh, she found a big fan.
A big A fan.
A big A fan. Ooh, we found another plane. Oh, this fan feels really nice. Oh, we'll talk about the plane in a second. We're standing under a C-130. Now, this came from Little Rock Air Force Base, the 19th Air Wing, which eventually I'll show you the back end if I get a chance to. The nice little bottlenose. Kind of looks like in a way, like a dolphin. What do you think, Megan? It looks like a dolphin in a way? A little bottlenose.
Rub it and call it a good boy.
I call it a good boy. I have a shirt that says I like being called a good boy, so.
We're not getting into those things.
Hey look, air traffic controllers on deployment. Megan, you want to get inside there?
Nope.
Why?
I don't want to. You'll lock me in.
Yeah, I'll find a way. Megan found penguins.
There you are. There's a penguin.
So they use these a lot for recovery teams, like Hurricane Katrina, dropping different, like, so you can see here we dropped boats and different supplies that Megan got a photo of, and I figure she can put a photo up somewhere of what she took of the supplies dropping.
Yep.
But we were talking about tail flashes earlier. There is your tail flash.
Rock.
It's from Little Rock Air Force Base, the Air Mission Command.
I thought it was named after the rock.
Not Dwayne, the Rock. And we can get a nice little walk. I've walked up many of these ramps. So there you go, nice little inside. And there's your comfortable seats. They're not so comfortable.
Especially when they decide to do maneuvers on you without telling you.
Yeah. And then just operations, showing what can happen inside of these planes. This is a small exhibit because I don't think that they're done building it, but this was the deployment that I was a part of back in 2021. This was the deployment Operations Allies Refugee, where we were bringing the Afghan people from Afghanistan to the statesides. So this uniform actually is a really cool story. So this uniform was actually the exact uniform that you see right there. It was donated by this airman right after this photo was taken. So yeah, you know, there's a little bit more we can get into about my deployment, but this is the start of it. So
There's a part of you in the history
there's
museum.
a part of me in this history museum.
That's good.
You can get Megan walking around here. She's never on this side of the camera, so it's a change. Now, what's going to be really cool is this is one of the original presidential planes that was started with John F. Kennedy and flew all the way in with Bill Clinton, so on and so forth. Now, Megan is going to squeeze her way in there. and I probably would just walk right through. All right, we're going inside. Now here's the cockpit area for the original Air Force One.
This is a president's plane. The president will sit here and make
Are you having fun?
I'm a little claustrophobic.
A little bit. Don't touch the aircraft. We're touching the aircraft.
This plane is the exact same plane that JFK.
Megan's touching the aircraft. We got him, boys.
I'm sorry.
Megan's overstimulated.
Reagan, Johnson, and Kennedy.
Oh, we're about to go
This is a
sideways.
band from the 1970s.
Megan's going sideways.
It smells like one too.
Still more room than a budget airplane.
Oh, it's like 20 degrees cooler out here.
I'm never doing that again.
Oh, this is the Columbine. We're going through another little tight thing again. Wow, you can almost not be too tall for this. It's a good thing I'm not 6'2". Well, maybe not.
I'm 5'8". This looks like it's from the 50s.
Yeah.
Oh, right. There you go. Take a nap.
Look there. That's what the old futons looked like. And then looks like a little back shower and alright. This is the Independence. I'm not going to go in another plane right now.
Respectfully, no.
It is very hot. If you guys would like to go inside of one of these planes, come visit.
It's free to visit.
It's free to visit. It's very hot though. Alright, it looks like we're about to play the game again of where's Waldo? I mean, where's Dad? TF-39 turbofan. This is about something like what Noah would work on.
Josh, make sure you watch.
About the right size too. You wouldn't want to get sucked into one of these things.
Absolutely not. No cakes.
Huh. No. We played Where's Waldo? And we found Waldo. Oh God. Oh no. Now, I do want to say this real quick. Here's a trivia question for everybody. Do you know why the American flag is backwards? If you do, leave it in the comments and let us know if you know why.
All the way to the hangar door.
And here's your mid-deck.
Look at the rear end of the SB-7.
Looks like a whole bunch
George
of
Lucas has
clothing.
acknowledged that he used that as design inspiration. So, TIE fighters and X-Wing fighters are great. That's a Star Destroyer in the back.
And here's a nice little inside look.
It's a CCD camera, but it's a very, very early CCD camera.
This is really cool to be up over top of everything. These are your astronauts. So there you have it. This is our space exhibit area here. It's a lot of pretty cool planes and space shuttles and everything else. Yeah, I lost the parents again. So I guess this video more so turned into a Chris takes over the Air Force Museum today. So let's see if we can find them again. They're moving pretty slow, so it shouldn't be too hard to find them. 2 hangars now, and I have not found them yet. But I did find the B-52 Stratoforce again. know if they made it through here, but we're gonna try to do a speed run of the World War II era. So this is the P-35. We're just gonna follow Grandpa as he scoots along and look at the different planes that you see. So the B-25B. Another World War II. This is the Douglas A-24. Cool about the World War II era is the United States Air Force was not created yet. So if you actually look under all these planes, they're actually going to say U.S. Army. Now, this is really cool because most people don't get to see this very often. But this was right at the time that the Army Air Corps was actually started, and then the Air Force became the Air Force a few years later. And now we're going to get to one of my favorite planes here in a second, which is the Memphis Belle. The Memphis Belle is one of the best bombers that they had. It is an American icon here. And this is the official Memphis Belle as well too. Look at that gunmanship. Imagine having to sit upside down to be able to shoot. Actually crazy. Cool. When I was in basic training, my basic training flight was actually named after this P-51 Mustang. I was the Mustangs. I bet your dad would probably want something like that in the house. All this right here is the Fat Man atomic bomb. And if you look over here, this is the Little Boy atomic bomb. Almost all the planes that they have in this area. Some of these obviously are not here because they're foreign planes. This just kind of gives you an idea of the progress of planes throughout the years. There's the Pan Am. Alright, and if you look up here, this is the 50th anniversary booked. So there's a handful of bases that are on here that I have actually been to at the gift shop. See what we can find here. I bet your dad and Megan are already in here looking for things. Yep, I found them.
Well guys, we hope that you enjoyed this video. It was so much fun being able to go through this museum with two of our adult boys. Christopher is formerly Air Force, so being able to have him take the camera and show you guys some things and talk about some of his experiences and the things that he knew was really cool. And then Noah being an airline mechanic commercially and being able to see some of that knowledge that he has learned being an airline mechanic and how it translates into our armed forces was really cool as well. So thank you to both of you for being here with us today and getting to take over the channel a little bit. It's a lot of fun. And definitely make sure, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and bell notification button so that you know when we upload more videos like this one. We've got a lot more local things that we're hoping that we can accomplish and show you guys over the coming months, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can see that. As always, are you ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure? Because I know I am ready to get you here at the Dayton Air Force Museum and beyond.